Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's read-through for the next 4 chapters of The Promised Neverland. So I'm excited to get into this one. We have Norman making the deal, we have Emma and Ray whose side I'm fully on, or I said Norman making the deal, right? I think I might have messed that one up. But before I get into reading really quick, I had an issue with my computer yesterday where it messed up, where I lost some footage, and so forgive me if during this video I'm a bit paranoid, I'm looking over checking my recording a bit, just because it would really suck to lose like 4 chapters worth of recording, and I mean, I can't really live react to something, so if I lose it, I'm either going to just have to do a read through where I say, hey, I've already read this and I'm having to re-record, or something along those lines. So that is something I'm a bit worried about here. Hopefully we won't have that problem though. So for the next 4, I actually usually look ahead and get everything ready beforehand, but I'm not even clicked onto the site right now, so just give me a quick second to get to it. We are at 125, I believe, the Alliance of Liars. Yeah, that's where we're at. Alright, 125, the Alliance of Liars. Here we go. Or just in case to check, I can just go back a page. Yep, okay. Oh, I'm so worried. And like I said, those demons really don't have a reason to work with Norman, so I definitely don't trust them. But either way, we've got a color page here. Chapter 125, The Alliance of Liars. One day they'll fly into the wide open sky. Okay, I'm excited. See what we end up with here. Now we see the demons sitting around. First step toward a world free of horrors. We have Zazie and Norman in the middle. It's okay, Zazie. Let it go. Beg your pardon. You just look much too appetizing. I don't mind. I can see for myself what poor fare they give to you. Alright, so maybe playing some of the lower class demons against the high class ones. And I'm sure you're aware of the situation too, that if you let us live for now, and if we work together, you'll be able to eat much more than this. You must know that this is the only way for a life where you'll never lack for human meat. Well then, where's the Lord? Alright. His lordship is on his way. Okay. Now we see this large dude. And it's interesting with these guys is they don't look quite as, I don't know how to put it. Some of the other demons, though they have like all these monstrous parts and stuff, and they are very demonic, for lack of a better word, they're more cleaner in their design, more humanoid, more smooth. And these guys, you see there's like random patches of hair and scales. These guys look much more downtrodden, monstrous. So that in itself is kind of interesting. Well met, William Minerva. It's been a while, hasn't it? My apologies for requesting an audience so suddenly, Lord Gilon. Ho ho. I had told thee to come next time with no more than one servant. I thought that thou wouldst honor that. Trust is the basis of... You mean... I thought not that thou wouldst honor that. Okay, I was going to say, does he mean that he didn't think it? I didn't see the not the first time. Trust is the basis of everything, when one aims to form an alliance. Zazie? Alright. It's poor fare, but we brought a small souvenir. These are the administrators of a mass production facility we've destroyed. If it pleases you, feel free to help yourselves later. How considerate, a most welcome gift. Sit thyself. Let us discuss the topic at hand. I shall listen to what thou hast to say. What do ye request of us, and what offer ye? We want military strength, and we can give you victory, and the fulfillment of your revenge. Alright. It's been 700 years since the noble families betrayed all of you, forcing you to devolve into this shape. Okay, so that's why they look more monstrous. I hereby promise you to bring you to the heads of the royal families, as well as the 5 regent lines. Okay. In the current system, these families rule everything. When they all fall in one go, you can set up yourselves to thrive at the core of the new government. You'll have your revenge, and after it's done, this world will belong to your clan. I'd like you to be king. And what do ye expect in exchange? The liberation of every single cattle child. We further request of you the right to be autonomous. And it looks like some of the demons may have burst out laughing. I'm not sure what the, or if that's just a gasp. I'm not sure about the sound effects there. Of course, I have no intention of letting you starve. We want all the current children to be freed, but we'll give you control over the farms. In our stead, feel free to do whatever you want to the Ratri. You can eat them right away, or use them to breed more cattle. Don't worry, with their current level of technology, a single strand of hair is enough to produce more humans. If you want it, I can also share all the research data from Lambda. So ye too grudge the past 1,000 years. And thou seekest revenge on thy own clan who now wants thee dead, James Ratri. But yes indeed, the Ratri clan is in collusion with the royal family and the 5 regent lines. We too have long been frustrated by their plans. If we get rid of them through eating, we'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'd like to learn more about the 5 regent clans and the royal family. Let's make a deal then, so that both of us can survive, and both of us can take our revenge. I have a plan to achieve that, and I've already gathered all necessary information. Things accessible only to the Ratri, who are in close cahoots with the top administration. But we lack one important thing: power. Human beings are exceptionally weak, fragile animals. If we want to ensure the fall of this world of demons, your demon strength is indispensable for the plan. On the other hand, you have much more power, but you've achieved nothing in the last 700 years. Because you've never had a means of victory. Therefore, when we join forces, we'll satisfy both of our desires. You've waited 700 years for your revenge, now it's the time to take your rightful place. Together, we can utterly destroy this repulsive system. Banishment. The entire clan is sentenced to a fall into the wild. A setup. We're innocent. Why must we revert to an inferior? Damn it, ye shall pay for this. Ye will. And we're seeing some of their past. Very well. We will recognize your sovereignty. We will keep our promise. We join hands here. However, I'm also putting my trust into thee. I'm betting everything in thee. Thou hast thy hand, thou hast in thy hands the fate of the entire clan, not just mine. What happens if thy side of the deal proves unfaithful? Suppose the plan is violated and we never get to taste victory. What then, Minerva? If that happens, go ahead and devour me and all of my allies. Roast or boil us, it's your choice. That's satisfactory. It is done. Together, we will erect a new world. Okay. You know what's sad? I feel like these demons are more trustworthy than, Norman. Oh, it's okay, Zazie. This is enough. We want autonomy. We have no power. We'll give you the farms. Lie upon lie. Those demons are nothing more than pawns. This revolution will be won without spilling blood. It will be war. And if the cattle children battle the demons, some on our side will fall, no matter what we do. Therefore, the children shouldn't battle at all. Demon will battle against demon. You plan on making them destroy themselves. Well said. The Gilan clan is one piece on the board. Me allying with a human. The abolition of royalty. Our deepest desire for 700 years. I suppose that one has the ability to accomplish it. And he's just looking. And then he licks the paper. He's lying too, you know? Lord Gilan and his clan, they don't have the slightest intention of letting us live. Delicious. To think a single drop could be such a delight. Ah, of course. That boy surely is no common human. He's fairly young, did you notice? And James Ratri's known to have died many years ago. An imposter, then. Don't tell me he's also cattle. Yes, he never lets his neck be seen. Moreover, I heard a certain rumor a few years ago. It was about 3 premium-grade units from Gracefield. If that boy is one of them, correct. The boy we've met's a delicacy, forbidden even to the king. Only insert name here may have it. Lord Gilan will be after my flesh, my mind. As soon as they've finished using us to have their revenge, they'd just devour all of us, I'm sure. They bet their lives on the plan. We joined our hands only for show. In truth, those same hands are just waiting to backstab. I hope they enjoy their dreams of eating me. The cattle children will have the last laugh." And he smiles. Alright. Gonna get a sip of my water here. And actually, something I'm gonna do that might help make sure I don't lose any footage or whatever is I think I might save, which will require me to end the recording and start a new one. And I'm going to edit all four together. It's all going to be in one video. But if I do that, then even if one recording's messed up for one chapter, maybe the other three will be fine. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to end this recording, save it, and start a new one. So just if you see some awkward jump cuts between each chapter, know that that's what I'm doing, because that's just what came to mind here. Also, another interesting thing is that the Gilan clan still is very humanoid despite 700 frigging years of being away from eating humans in the wilderness. So, in reality, they're doing pretty okay for a while. They're not as humanoid, I think, as Sungju and Musica, but they're still pretty humanish. But I guess we'll have to wait and see where we go from here. Next up in line, we got 126, and we're getting very close to catching up with this series. Recovering from the scars of the tragedy, one step at a time. And we see Dominic here with his messed up leg. But he's trying to walk on crutches. "You can do it, Dominic. Go, Dominic. You got this. Yeah, great." "Great, but that's enough for now. Don't push yourself, please," says Gilda. "These are serious wounds." "How's Chris?" says Oliver. "Still unconscious," says Paula. Paula. "It's been a while. It's about time he should be waking up." And Zach's there too. Alright. Now we see Emma and Ray are with him. Chapter 126. A Talk Between Three. The fears pile on, but she believes he'll Yeah, I guess that's just a messed up apostrophe there. He'll open his eyes. "He looks good. His pulse and breathing are back to normal. Vincent said there's no brain damage or anything either. It'll be alright. He'll wake up soon," says Ray. "Right. I'm more worried about Norman. It's been more than one day and he still hasn't come back. I want to have that talk as soon as possible. I'll tell it all to Norman. I've been thinking a lot after that. Barbara, Cicero, Vincent, I'm glad we could meet them. They're all good people and we had a lot of fun, but death is too good for 'em. Can't wait. I want to kill 'em all. When the topic came up, they all behaved in the same way. So much hatred. What did they do to you? Of course, in Goldie Pond, Oliver's group hated the demons too. When I kill 'em, a weight goes off my chest. But this pure, endless hatred, I've never seen anything like this. It scares me. I wasn't feeling compassion for the demons. I was terrified of the intensity of the hatred that I saw right there. But Cicero said they're all the same. Then what about Musica and those demon children? I can't imagine they understand what's going on. To say they're all the same, it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. Yeah, but those caught in this won't care about that, says Ray. After they went through so much pain, it's no use to tell them, hey, this hatred's bad. Once that much anger's there, can't be stopped. It swells up. It's a cycle of hatred. There's nothing we can do about it. I guess this is what it means to be at war. It can be out of the fear of the other, or poverty, political ambition, misunderstandings. What sparks it doesn't matter very much. If they can afford to feel compassion for the other, it'd be hard to go on killing them. But if the cycle of hatred gets started, the war can't be stopped. They'll kill one another, they grudge the deaths, they kill again. That's how we humans end up fighting one another ourselves, again and again, for thousands of years. So there's nothing we can do? But I want... It's the boss. Hey everybody, the boss is back. Welcome home, boss. Let's go. And Emma runs off. How was the alliance? It's done. No issues. Then we move to the next step. Emma, Ray, we need to talk, Norman. Sorry for grabbing you when you've barely returned. It's all right. What's the matter? There are many things we'd like to discuss with you. But first, what I want to know, What is this plan of yours? Says Ray. How do you intend to destroy the demons without losing anyone? Is it an insurrection? Correct. I like talking to you because you get it so fast, Ray. What insurrection? Says Emma. You'll provoke unrest between them. Make them destroy themselves. Demon against demon. So the pawns you went to meet were demons, right. We just made an alliance. Their society isn't monolithic. There's a king, nobility, commoners, and those below that. It's a rigid caste system. Okay, so again we see the king, nobles, commoners, and then lessers. In particular, the royal family and the 5 regent lines. Regent? 5 noble families who have the exclusive right to succeed the royals. Oh, so their 5 noble families join forces with the Ratri clan. The ones who built Lambda. Correct. The royal family and the regents command and manage all the plantations. Controlling the supply of human meat, they rule the balance of the entire demon society, boasting tremendous wealth and privilege. Then there are demons who are quite dissatisfied at the ever-growing inequality between them and the nobles. We will use those. For starters, what does that mean concretely? What's this alliance about? Says Ray, cutting in. There's a clan of fallen nobles called the Gilan. Through machinations of the royals and regents, they were blamed for a fictitious crime and lost their good name and privilege. One would call it exile, punished to not eat human meat. Their bodies would degenerate. Their history says they regressed back to wild demons, and the clan fell, but actually, they went into hiding, waiting for an opportunity for revenge, for 700 years now. They stole what they could from the plantations, from the streets, and managed to survive, just barely keeping hold of a humanoid shape and intelligence. It's amazing that you found them out. So there are demons like that. Demons with humans. Is it really alright to work with them? Says Ray. It'll be fine. Of course the risks are quite considerable. I'm sure they're plotting to eat us as soon as we are of no further use. But that goes both ways, you know. We're looking to get them to kill one another, so it was this kind of bet from the start. It's alright. They won't move on us before seeing their revenge come true. They've been nurturing a strong desire for this revenge for a long time, and there's another reason that prevents them from acting before that. Another reason? Thinks Emma. If this goes well, not a single cattle child has to die. A strategy like this is hundreds of times more advantageous than trying to battle the demons head-on. Makes sense, thinks Ray. And I will never lose a battle of wits. I'm not saying this out of arrogance or overconfidence, but determination. I'll do whatever it takes to secure victory without spilling human blood. And Emma looks at him. I get it. Sparking a civil war between demons will only be beneficial to us. And if the royals and nobles controlling everything in this society, then, if they fall, the whole system falls along with them. With the administration, the social systems, and the farms all destroyed, the demons would revert to the wild and could be exterminated. Because the demons need a supply of human meat to preserve their shape and intelligence. That must be Norman's plan in very simplified terms. But, she says out loud, Norman, did you know that some demons aren't like that? There are some who won't devolve, even if they don't eat human meat. We think those demons don't absorb traits from what they eat at all. Yeah, and suppose there are a lot of those and they still want to eat humans. It would threaten the very basis of your plan. That's why we thought it would be better to discuss it with you. And also, says Emma. Oh, and Norman looks mortified. Maybe that is something he didn't plan on that could throw the whole plan into disarray. Because again, if they fight each other and some of the ones that survive can still keep their sanity without human meat, then that's like a whole wave of surviving enemies. How do you two know about that? Huh? What you just said. Where'd you hear it? You saw them? You met them? Your group has actually met her? Impossible, I can't believe it. Oh! So her clan is still alive. The girl with cursed blood is still alive? Yes, we get to learn more about Musica. The truth about Musica revealed. And of course they're learning a lot about the demons. So she must have been somebody who her clan got the ability to maintain their shape without eating humans through again all of the different mutations they get. Something the stars must have just aligned, and her mutation, or her clan's mutation, allows them to survive that way. Okay. Oh, I'm so interested. About 700... Oh, and we're getting a flashback. Hold on, before I start this, let me again save my recording. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I want to learn so much more about Musica. Like, Musica and Sungju are some of my favorite characters in the whole series, and we've barely gotten to see them. I want to know so much more about them. About 700 years ago. No meat from the farms yet. It's been 2 years since we could eat humans properly. Even when something finally comes, it's just arms and legs. I'm hungry, so hungry. Did you know the other village is done for? Everybody became like beasts. That's just the worst. It's over for us. Soon we will... Okay. Translator page. It's alright. Oh, and we see Musica, and we see the Sleipnir that, Sungju wrote on there. It's alright. Everything will be alright. This hand shines like a ray of hope. Chapter 127. Confrontation. Now, the girl with the cursed blood. He's surprised that she's still alive? What does that mean? You knew about her, Norman? I've only heard the legends. They say that this demon's never eaten a human in her whole life, and still she can maintain humanoid shape and intelligence. A totally unique organism. No one knows how old she is or where she came from. The first records confirming her existence date from about 700 years ago, but before the plantation system was fully established. Her initial appearances were in villages struggling with starvation. She was their savior. A savior? She could transmit her power using just a bit of blood. She didn't even need to give them a leg or anything, much less sacrifice her brain. Just a mouthful of blood. All they had to do was drink a bit of her blood, and any demon could have the same nature as hers. But that means any demon who drinks Musica's blood will be humanoid like her, and won't need to eat humans anymore. That's right, and moreover, the blood would also give them the power of creating even more demons like that. Then the demons who got Musica's blood would themselves create even more demons who don't need to eat humans. And if so, after that, everybody would share her power, and in that way all villages in the area managed to escape famine and avoid collapse. Until the rumors reached the ears of the nobility, they conducted an investigation. They confirmed that this power could manage the widespread starvation, and wondered whether it might be useful for the plantation system too. So the royals and the 5 regent lines took hold of her entire group, and they devoured anyone who possessed the power. Okay, to pretty much ensure that the nobility would survive forever. What? But why? Her blood frightened them, says Norman. I see, so the historical records claim that she was eaten then and there, but she's managed to escape after all, and she's still alive. That being the case now more than ever, they must be under persecution from the royals, the regents, and the Ratri. A journey? What for? What for indeed? Oh, and Ray remembers something Sungju told them. This means that Sungju wasn't always like that. I suppose he must be a survivor from those who drank Musica's blood. Moreover, the royals and the 5 regent lines are all exceptions like Musica's group. Correct. Gilan knows that. It's one more reason why they're so keen on killing the nobles and eating them. So we can be very sure that pitching one against the other will bring results. There's a certain other reason too. So that was it. The exceptions therefore exist, but they're limited to the royal family and the 5 regent lines. That's no great hindrance for our plan. Their number's quite limited. We can handle them directly. There's no need to devolve them first. You can stop worrying about that, Ray. It's not a flaw in the plan at all. What's actually a significant risk is... Norman, just a minute, says Emma, stopping him before he even says it. I don't know if I understood all of it, but why? Why'd the royals and the nobles kill Musica's friends? Didn't they say it might solve starvation? There's nothing to be scared of about her. Her group could have helped so many more. If they'd all used that blood, well, by now no demon would fear devolution anymore. No demons would need to eat humans. It's because it was against their interests, says Ray. What? Right now the nobles control the supply and distribution of farmed human meat. From their point of view, they can choose who gets food and how much. The hierarchies are theirs to control. In fact, the entire demon world belongs to them. For the king and his lackeys, Musica's power was something directly against their interests. It could render farms useless. Therefore, they captured and killed everyone with the power, monopolizing it to themselves. I got it right, haven't I? One might even think that this is why the nobility decided to seal the promise in the first place. Sure, it would stop the war with the humans and all that, but more importantly, they'd have full control over the supply of human meat. The resulting society would be highly desirable for them. But that's awful. Emma, you shouldn't be so surprised by these things anymore. Everybody's looking out for their own personal interests. I mean, not every single person, of course, but that's how the world works. You're very kind, but not everyone tries to think of everybody else like you. At any rate, there's one thing we need to take care of. The Sungju and Musica. On the one hand, we can suppose that they seldomly, if ever, approach the village demons. They know that the nobles are eager to have their necks. They can bring feral demons back to humanoid shape. When they find out about our rebellion, what will happen? It'll not do to let the Ratri get their hands on them first. They're a dangerous, unpredictable element in the system. They may endanger the cattle children. Norman, says Emma, we have to kill them. Wait, Sungju and Musica are all right. They're our friends, our saviors. I refuse to let them be killed like this. But Emma, they're demons too, you know. Do you think they'll sit around quietly while I destroy all demons? Do you think they'd ever forgive us? Then stop the extermination. Norman, I don't want the demons to be destroyed. I actually came here to discuss that with you. And it's possible, isn't it? With Musica's blood we can... No, we don't even need to find Musica. The royals and regents are enough. Just share their blood, and every demon could be free of the need to eat humans, right? And we don't need any more wars. We can avoid fighting altogether. The royals and regents only need to step down from their positions, and it won't work, Emma. If they don't need human meat, they'll still attack us whenever they want to eat it. The nobility's been doing just that for the last 700 years. Gilan's group wants the same. In fact, when you think about it, humans are pretty much the same too. If your favorite dish told you, please don't eat me, would you say, okay, my bad, and endure the desire? Maybe you could do that, but would every single brother and sister? Would you force them to? Do you really think we can make every demon in the world develop empathy for humans and control their cravings? All for the sake of cattle like us? Then let's escape to the human world. If we cross the 7 walls and redo the promise, we can make it so the demons can't cross the barrier, then it's all good. The demons may lose their human meat, but that's still much better than being killed in genocide. You're aware that we don't know whether the human world would even accept us without issues, right? Listen, Emma, the world isn't so kind that you can pick everything at once. An argument so sharp it hurts. I'll tell you this, if we don't exterminate the demons, our family will never be safe enough to smile. And I love Ray's look at this. So basically, we have on one hand, Norman's kind of the human bad guy. So are the Ratri clan, but we have Norman as kind of a human bad guy, and the royals. Well, I guess we can put it this way. There's the Ratri and the royals on the human and demon sides. And then there's Gilan's group and Norman's group on the human and demon sides, where they're not necessarily bad, but they're not necessarily good either. And then as far as good goes, as far as we can tell, there's, say, like Sungju and Musica on the demon side and Ray and Emma on the human side. So it's interesting. There's a lot going on like that right now. But we got one more chapter for this video. Okay, let's see what 128 gives us. I too want to build that future where our family, our friends, and all the cattle children can live in peace, where they can smile again. That's why I planned this. I thought hard about what's the best possible way. Emma, the world isn't so kind that you can pick everything at once. Reality comes crashing down. I'll tell you this, if we don't exterminate the demons, our family will never be safe enough to smile. I want Ray to come up with some galaxy brain plans here. Alright. And we see what they were doing with Norman undergoing those tests up top and Emma with the bunker group at the bottom. Fate has split our paths. Chapter 128. I've made up my mind. Yeah, I really want Emma to rebel against him. True. Norman's right. This exterminating the demons is the safest, most reliable way of saving all the cattle children. But, even then, all of that is correct, Norman, but that only cares for probabilities. Sure, from a mathematical point of view, that's the correct choice, but what does it mean to be correct? To be sure to reach your goals? To have the most benefit? I don't know about these things, but it has to be more than that. I can't accept a choice that says a choice is correct that would lead to the extermination of the other, even to the genocide of innocent children. Killing is a heavy thing, extermination all the more. And there's a way to avoid it, right? The path is there. You said we don't even know if the human world would accept us. That's true enough, but maybe they will. We don't know that either. Even if the chances are low, there's a way for both sides to survive. Let's bet everything on that path. Please, that's how we've managed to come this far, isn't it? If all we had believed in were statistics, we'd have never even tried to break out of the house. The most logical choice would have been to do as Mama said and wait for the death the best we could. We'd have never brought along the children either. I don't want to destroy the demons, at the very least. I don't want to live in a future where my survival depends on killing a friend, on killing Musica. I'd never be able to smile again. And they both look at her. So you insist we should do all it takes to avoid the extermination? Yes. What about my plan? It's already started, you know. The alliance with Gilan is done. I can't go back on it. I know. There's no problem. Let them topple the royals and the regent families. The liberation of the farms is a good thing too. But at that point, don't go on with executing the nobles. Instead, I'd like to use their blood to make many more demons able to live without humans. And she's thinking about the children she saw before. At the same time, we'll cross the 7 walls and seal a new promise with insert name here, and we'll make a pathway to escape to the human world. Finally, give stable bodies to all the demons, put an end to the plantations, and bring all the cattle children to the human side. That's a pipe dream. I don't see any hope in any of it. But let's concede for the sake of argument that we can cross to the human world and so on. Even then, the part about the 7 walls is completely unclear. They say that in this place there lies the supreme existence among the demons, insert name here. But the 7 walls, they aren't found anywhere in the demon world. Even the documentation accumulated by the Ratri clan doesn't have a clue about them. It's just a big unknown. Even James Ratri himself could never find the way to reach it. On what basis do you think We already did. We found out how to reach the 7 walls 1.5 years ago, and we already gathered all we need. When the conditions are right, we can go at any time. You found it. Yep. To be fair, there's still a lot of things we don't know, we can't tell if the method will work, but... Why do I keep adding but? Or what we'll find there. And reaching it's only half the problem. We don't know if we can seal a new promise. It's just as you said, it's a big unknown. If you must know more before stopping the plan, then let me go find out. What? Okay, I'll go learn all about it. If I can fix the promise, if I manage to come back, then you can rethink the idea of extermination. Please. Wait a minute, where does all this come from? What's this about if you manage to come back? Regarding the risks, right now we're aware of 2 things. We know how to get in, but we know nothing about how to get out, and it appears that most of those who went there have never returned, says Ray. What? What in the world? That's way too dangerous. But if I don't go, there'll be a massacre, right? I'm against that. But come on. It's okay, don't worry. I already wanted to go anyway. It's not even remotely okay. 1,000 years ago, the first Ratri managed to come back, right? So we know there must be a way, and I'll find it. And also, I'm the one who wants to stop the extermination, so let me shoulder a bit of this, okay? I'll check it out and be right back. A bit, you say? The chances are... it's not that much, right? Not compared to your burden. doing everything alone, leading all of it like a god. You know, Norman, it's okay. You don't have to become a god. And she hugs him. How are you feeling, Norman? Isn't it hard? Deep inside, do you want to kill all the demons? Do you also feel relief when you do? You can talk about it, Norman. I don't want you to take it all upon your shoulders and go away again. Just like when he thought of the plan and went away before. Emma, Ray, I... And he takes her at arm length. No way. I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. I know how you feel, Emma, but I haven't changed my mind. I have no intention of stopping the plan, nor delaying it, nor waiting for you. If you really want to stop the extermination, and for this reason you're resolved to go there, then be back before I put the royals and regents to death. I will not promise to stop anything. When you come back, we can talk again and reconsider our status. Got it? That's good enough. Thanks. Ray, I know. Of course I'll go. You can count on me. You two take care and come back safely, right? I wonder who else they might take with them. Ray, what? I've made up my mind. I'm not lost anymore. I refuse to accept a genocide. I'll find another way, whatever it takes. Norman won't have to carry all the weight alone ever again. You're always so alone, but that's enough of that. Yeah. And again, I don't like Norman at this point, because the fact that he would even, again, consider genociding all of the demon kids and everything is one thing, but you bring in that his whole thing was, I'll do any evil, disgusting thing to make sure Emma can smile again, and she's literally saying, I'll never be able to smile again if you genocide people, and he still wants to go through with it. At least from what we can tell so far, that may develop and change in the future. But yeah, at least for right now, Norman's kind of a bad guy here. So that's why we need to rely on Emma. And I'm really excited, for one, to see who she takes with her. I'm really looking forward to seeing who goes on that expedition to meet insert name here. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these 4 chapters, what you thought of my thoughts on them, reaction and all that. I think I might be caught up by the end of the month, or close to around the end of the month. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe for more. Promised Neverland, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us there about anything, then just ask and I can give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.